Lord woke me up between 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got up and I prayed. And he said, turn the TV on. And when I turned the TV on, that's when I seen men that was prophesying, and that's when I seen Master Prophet in the company of prophets that was giving a word to different people. And I said, wow. And it really, I felt a leap in my spirit that this was for me. I needed direction, and I needed a true prophet to speak into my life. And one day after I had worked, this is another day, and I had made deliveries. The Lord told me, he said, go to so-and-so hotel, which was in Atlanta. And I had a friend of mine with me, and I said, well, you need to come with me because God is not telling me to go home yet. And as the Lord was directing me, I was driving, and the Lord sent me to one hotel, and I just sit there for a few minutes. And I knew the guy that go and park the cars, and I told him, I said, sir, I said, well, I'm obeying God. And I said, yes. He told me, yes, I know you're a woman of God. And if he told you, he said, just park over here. So I parked there for about 10 minutes. And then I heard the Spirit of God say, you can leave now. And this is an order that God had given me. And as I was pulling out of that hotel, he said, now pull over across the street to the other hotel. And when I pulled over across the street to the other hotel, who did I see come out the door while I'm pulling up? Was Master Prophet and his people that was with him. And I have to go back and remember that the Lord had kept telling me, he says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I kept hearing, I had been hearing that in my spirit as I was working. And I pulled my car up while he was walking, and I said, excuse me, sir, Master Prophet. I said, good evening. And I say, I didn't know you were in town, but he said, the Lord ordered your footsteps and you obeyed. And I said, yes, sir. And he asked me my name, and I told him. And then the next step was that, is the student ready? And that touched my heart. And that day began a new day, a new beginning in my life. At the time, my spine was twisted, but I had went through 2 windshields when I met him, and I was still in a lot of pain, but I continued to press on. But at the same time, in between those two, going through the windshields of a vehicle, I had a stroke, an aneurysm, and I was brain dead and paralyzed, and my spine was twisted. As I followed them to go to receive the teachings, I went on to the school that they was teaching at, which was at another hotel. And when I greeted them and he hugged me, he says, something is going on with your spine. And my God, I was walking crooked and twisted. And he said, let us finish prophesying to the others. And he said, we want to touch your spine. And at the end, each prophet, from Master Prophet to the other company of prophets, touched a vertebrae of my spine. And I started feeling my spine shift and come into a divine order. And because I couldn't remember a lot because of the concussions to my head, and at the time I was just feeling frustrated and going through warfare. But as each prophet was touching my spine, a shift took place not only in my body, but in my life. And Master Prophet said at the end, he says, go home tonight when you go to sleep. God is going to do the rest. You're going to hear the cracking, but it's not going to hurt. And I actually, that particular night, heard the popping, and I was awakened, and my spine was being twisted to come back into, each vertebrae was coming back into alignment. I had been in pain. I know it was over 8 years of so much of pain and agony, but God used Master Prophet in the company of prophets, and I'm grateful for that. It's a humbling experience. That is the power of prophecy.